So, what's happening to our real estate market here in the US? It's May 2022. Let me try to explain it, okay? Best I can. I've been in real estate since 1977, so I've seen a few markets, right? Up, down, all kinds of different interest rates and different types of situations. It all comes down to this, folks. The old supply and demand, the old Econ 101, all right? So let me give you an example, try to explain better. So let's go back in time to February 2022, right? Interest rates, 3.5% at that time. So good rate, right? Great neighborhood, very popular, not huge, but man, it's desirable and everyone wants to try to get into there. House comes up for sale. Bam, you got 5 buyers trying to buy that house. They want it so bad. They're like, sell it to me, sell it to me. I'll pay you $50,000 over asking price. I'll cover the appraisal gap. Okay, I'll pay all cash. I'll go ahead and I'll pay for the brokerage commission. I'll pay for your closing costs. I'll waive any inspection fees. I'll waive the home inspection fee, which isn't probably the best idea, to be quite honest. We can talk about that later. So here we are, the guy's like, all right, great. I'm in good shape, man. Price is going up. I got over asking price. It's just awesome, right? So, okay, it's like, well, that was February 2022. Let's fast forward here and come to May 2022. Interest rates have gone up now 2%. We're at about 5.5%. So same great neighborhood, same popularity, desirable, all can be. Guy puts his house up for sale. Seems to be going for about $600,000, right? Yep. It's like, hey, where's all those buyers that were fighting over wanting to pay me over asking price and such? It's like, well, what happened to those guys is they can't afford to buy your house anymore, because now they can only afford to buy $450,000 because the interest rates have gone up and they've maxed out their qualifications. They can't afford $600,000 based on what their loan payments will be. It's like, ooh. So I've got one buyer here that wants to buy my house, and he can buy my house. He's not offering me $50,000 over my asking price, so he's not waiving his home inspection fees and all that other stuff. It's like, of course he's not. They've lost their buying power. He's a strength at this point when the market has changed, and you'll see it'll even change a little more drastically when we get into the next scenario. So, okay, so he still sells his house. He's happy. He moves off. Buyer gets the house. Let's fast forward. Let's go to June or July coming up. Let's say interest rates don't go up anymore. The Feds have still raised rates. They still continue to raise rates. And they still project the mortgage rates will go up, probably at 7%. They may even go higher, folks. These guys are never right, in the right direction anyway. So let's say they do stay the same. It's July, 5.5%. You put your house up for sale. It's like, hey, they seem to be going for like $600,000, and you're like, okay, let's put it on the market. Well, what happens is 2 of your neighbors in that wonderful, desirable neighborhood, they say, we're putting our house up for sale too. Seems to be going right about $600,000 from the last sales. It's like, yeah, that's about right. So all of a sudden you've got, well, where's all the buyers? It's like, well, we got that one guy left that can afford to buy the house because the other 4 can't anymore. They can only afford $450,000. And so now you've got 3 sellers vying for the one buyer. So the buyers have lost their buying power. Sellers are looking at situations now. Hey, this guy's not going to offer us over asking price, probably. No, and the buyer's like, I'm going to give him an offer, right? And I'm not going to waive anything because now I've got some choices. That's the shift that's taking place right now. That's what we're going to be able to see happen. It's starting to happen already. And mark my words, I've been doing this long enough to know this is the cycle that we're going to. And a lot of newer agents don't know. They haven't seen it. They don't understand the process of the economics of the whole thing. So, all right. So let's say that this guy decides he's going to buy one of the houses. This guy in the middle, he's like, hey, man, I already bought another house. I'm going to Savannah. I got a great deal there. I got to get this house sold, but I got to sell it. I can't hold on to it. So he's like, okay. This guy's, well, what do you take for it? He goes, you know what? I'll take $580. And all of a sudden they're like, what? $580? Hey, how could you sell your house for $580? He goes, I got to sell. I don't care. That's the shift in the market that's happening, right? So let's go a little step further than that. Let's say that this rate does go up to 7%. Well, you know what? This guy probably can't buy any of these houses now either, because qualification-wise, based on the payments that would normally be set up for like the other 5 that originally started, these guys can't even afford $450,000 anymore. Now they're down to $350,000. from 600,000 to 350 because rates went from 3.5 to 7%. And the buyers are like, what the heck? We can't find a piece of crap for 350,000 that we want to move into. What are we going to do? Well, that begins the shift in the market, right? You've got now a huge decline in demand, and you've got starting to have a slow increase in supply. Folks, I've been doing this for a long time. Believe me, we are on that shift. How far it'll go, we don't know, but we've started that already. Even in Los Angeles, we start to see the median sales prices start to decline. And also 10 other major cities in the U.S. have experienced that based on National Association of Realtors stats that came out at the end of last month. So if you have any questions, by all means, feel free to reach out to me. Happy to discuss it, have a conversation with you. I'm Brian Chandler, your action agent. I'm here in Parker, Colorado. Memorial Day is coming up. It's May 2022. Hope you all have a happy and safe Memorial Day. And until next time, Brian Chandler checking out.